Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you. It's about 10 o'clock here on our Tuesday evening. Still in the middle of this. We're not really at the end just yet, but dealing with showers and thunderstorms. Some of them have been a little strong. We do have some power outages across our Triad area. Don't have any reports of flooding just yet, but that could change as we go throughout the evening here. Looking at the wide view of the radar, you'll notice it's a bit of a weather system that's pushing on by. We've really been tracking it in a couple of different ways. The first round of rain and storms starting to push out of our area, but then we have kind of a round two, a second batch, if you will, of showers and storms moving into the foothills, and that'll be approaching the Triad over the next 90 minutes to 2 hours. So we're still watching this. Overall, though, at this point in time, any threat of severe thunderstorms, well, that's really low. I'm not really expecting that, but we are still going to find that possibility of maybe a little bit of flash flooding in some spots, and nonetheless, some nuisance weather. Thunder, lightning, rainfall while you're trying to get some sleep tonight. This isn't super quick to shut off. We could see some showers and thunderstorms sticking around for a little while, even beyond that midnight time frame. So don't be shocked if you see that. These storms, well, they've been impressive to watch just visually tonight. So we can show you this in a couple of different ways. Here's one of our cameras from High Point. You're looking at what we call a shelf cloud, okay? A lot of times when you have big time summer storms, especially on a hot day, what happens is up in the cloud, you're creating a whole lot of rain, and that rain is falling out. That cooler air rushes outside of the storm, and then it interacts with that hot air that we have here on the ground. That creates a little bit of a cold front, a little mini cold front that condenses and makes a spooky looking cloud. Either way, that's a sign storms are coming, and it's about time for you to get inside as well. That rolled through High Point a little while ago this evening. Now here's Winston-Salem. Let's take a look at this view. This one from around 7 o'clock this evening. What you'll find here is off in the distance, you see right about over this way, that's some downpour style rain that's going to get a little bit closer and closer to us as we put this into motion here. So take a look, there comes the rain, and then after that we're looking at that kind of moving along and really calming down since then. We did want to pause it though and show you a pretty impressive look at a lightning strike. That was a little while earlier. That was at about 7:30 this evening in Winston-Salem, and you can notice it coming down from the sky just out of view from the Winston-Salem Dash Stadium. Wow, that was a pretty close zap over there. Either way, electric thunderstorms abound tonight across our Triad area. This is Burlington earlier tonight, about an hour ago. Since then, things have started to improve at least a little bit, but the rain just kind of continuing. This just looks like a mess, doesn't it? And that's kind of what it is. It's a bit of a mess. Alamance County, let's take a look at you. Things are improving a little bit, but it's still raining a whole lot. You still have a couple of lightning strikes, but not as many as there were before. The lightning calming down can be a sign and an indication that storms are weakening a little bit. So that's the case right now in Alamance as we see it. Over in Guilford County, good amount of steady rainfall, but this is all light to moderate at this point. So the worst of round one of the storms has started to pass us by. Let's look at Rockingham County here, if you will. That's a bit of a steady rainfall too across Reedsville, Eden, Madison, Mayodan. That's not going to hurt you. We're doing fine with that. Caswell County, your worst of it. That started to calm down to over by Yanceyville, Anderson, Leesburg. You're in much better shape than you were a little while ago. Heavy rain pushing into Person County, Orange County, Alamance, as we said, you're still dealing with it over that way. Down in Randolph County, well, I got nothing for you. You've been the big miss of the night so far. A little bit of action for Randleman, but Ashboro Point southward, you really haven't seen much of anything throughout the day today. It's been pretty quiet, and that's just the luck of the draw for you. Now, farther off to the west, let's take a look at what's going on over in the Charlotte area. We are seeing some more action developing right over here. So from Charlotte down through upstate South Carolina, Rock Hill, those areas, that could be another line that's starting to develop and move right up 85 of a sort. So that's going to move our way later on tonight as well. Probably join forces with that other line that you see off to the north up there, closer to Davie County and parts of the foothills. That is where we find round 2, and let me turn the labels off so we don't get clogged up with those flood warnings. Forsyth County, steady rain right now, but get ready, it's coming back. Downpours, thunder, and lightning in Yadkin County right now, Surrey County, Stokes County, and Davie County. This is that second batch of rain that we're going to deal with. So let's call it round 2, whatever we want to call it. It is coming our way, and it's probably going to move a little bit closer as we get into the next couple of hours. Let's take a look here over the foothill areas. These are not really seeing as much, just some steadier rainfall at the moment. Winston-Salem, a live look at you. You're just dealing with some rain at the moment there, and temperature is right about 76 degrees or so with a little bit of a light wind. There is still some flashes of lightning in the sky. Live view over High Point right now, it's pretty cloudy. Looks to be pretty calm right now. That's a much different story than it was just a little while ago. There's a live view of Burlington. Here we are looking up at Danville, Virginia. Not seeing all that much up that way. And Asheville tonight, it's been a busy night as well, but now of course it's dark and we just can't see much of anything. Satellite and radar picture here on the wider view. You'll notice scattered rain and thunderstorms pushing on through round 1 and then round 2 behind it. That's kind of what we're tracking right now. I don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings to pass along to you at this time. The main concern that we might have to watch here going forward over the next few hours would be the threat of any sort of flash flooding. That's something that we might have to watch as we go closer to, let's say, 10:30, 11 o'clock and midnight tonight. Those will be probably some issues that we start to find. As far as estimated rainfall amounts so far today, mostly we've seen them in the northern counties. Let's kind of tally some of these up here for you on the fly. About 3 and 4 inches estimated in parts of Rockingham County. Maybe as much as 3 to 4 inches in Wilkes County and Yadkin County too. Similarly, a lot of these spots have kind of been in that 2 to 3 inch range, which is a good amount of rainfall in a short period of time. And especially when you get hit over and over again, that's just going to kind of leave a mark. So we might see some high levels of water. Definitely be on the cautious side, especially tomorrow morning as we work our way through this storm. There could be some of that high water lingering around on some of our areas. Storm reports, let's kind of load this up and see if there are any that we missed. There were some that have popped up, and we do have some scattered power outages to report to you this evening. Davidson County, a couple trees down. This is one on power lines over in Thomasville. Definitely some scattered power outages over there. Wilkes County, earlier we had some trees down with some power outages as well. Surrey County had several of these popping up from time to time. Pilot Mountain had some trees down. Not far from Dobson had some trees down as well. And if we look at some of our current outages, not able to show this to you on a graphic, but I am able to pull this up and look live at the numbers. It looks like as of 10 o'clock, about 5,000 customers in North Carolina have no power. 1,000 of those are in Guilford County. About 400 are in Rockingham, about 1,000 in Stokes, about 600 in Forsyth, and elsewhere, just some negligible numbers, not all that much. So where do we go from here? Well, scattered showers and storms are likely to continue at times as we go through the next couple of hours. Midnight, 1, 2 a.m. or so, you could still have some thunder and lightning even as you're trying to get some sleep out there tonight. Now for the day tomorrow, starting the morning on a pretty dry note, but there could be a couple scattered showers even so. And that's kind of the name of the game. Just kind of be ready for a scattered shower here or there as we go through your Wednesday. Temperatures, they're a little cooler. We're kind of held back a little bit compared to where we were. Only in the 80s for the most part. Nobody really getting all that close to 90. So things are improving. Now we can look at a different computer model and see its opinion on things. This is what it has for us through about midnight. It keeps it a little bit calmer. This is early tomorrow morning. Mostly dry when you're getting started, but still a couple scattered showers are possible. You know, we have a cold front moving through, so this is why we could get a couple showers or even thunderstorms tomorrow morning and even into lunchtime tomorrow. This will be about 11 o'clock on this model. It does keep it busier, but it also dries us out by the end of the afternoon. So if that happens, you're going to get a pretty nice second half of the day for your Wednesday. Cold front is going to be moving through. That's what's causing this in the first place. And what we have is some drier air, a little bit of less humid air on the backside of this weather system. So that's something that we'll be able to enjoy. Not quite yet, not tomorrow. But once we get into Thursday, that should be at least a little bit of relief. We're talking about July cool down, not a springtime cool down or a fall one. But hey, we'll be in the upper 80s instead of the mid 90s. That's an improvement. We'll have a little bit of lower humidity, even if it's just a little bit. That's some improvement as well. Let's talk about rain potential over the next couple of days. You know, it shouldn't be all that impressive once we get past today. Let's take a look here at the next few afternoons. As far as Wednesday goes, a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible, but remember, that's taking into account any rain that falls after midnight tonight as well. As far as Thursday, Friday, that's the 4th, and Saturday, those days are looking really nice. Pretty much a guarantee or close to it that we won't have many showers or thunderstorms across our area. That's a good thing for sure. As far as we go beyond that, we're looking at dew point trends. That is much, much better than where we've been. Instead of mid 70s for dew points, we'll be in the mid 60s. So again, we're not talking about a fall feel, but it's close. At least for July, it should feel a little bit better. Let's take a quick break from the storms of the night and tell you a little bit about the tropics. We have had 2 named storms. They've both been within the last week. Neither of them have been really worth much to talk about. Tropical Storm Andrea was in the middle of the ocean, and then Tropical Storm Barry was in the Gulf. That did not bring really much of anything down toward the Mexican coastline. Now, for us, we're going to watch a little closer to home over the next week. This same front that's rolling through our area, it could stall and bring a better chance of rain to places like Florida, maybe even parts of the Carolina coastline. With that, there is at least a low chance of a tropical depression popping up from place to place, so we'll want to keep our eyes peeled for that over the next little while. I don't think there's a good chance of that forming. I think that's a low chance overall, but still something you want to keep an eye on, especially if you have beach plans or any travel plans going farther south, especially closer to Florida over the next few days. Let's bring back that live radar for you before we let you go. This is going to be, again, the next couple of hours of our life. We're dealing with showers and storms. The first round is weakening. If you're in Burlington or Graham or Mebane, it is raining, it is storming a little bit. You're seeing this right now, but it's not that bad. So mostly we're seeing some of these showers and storms with a little bit of lightning along the I-40 corridor, but it's not as bad as it once was. Zooming farther north, Caswell County, you're dealing with some regular old rainfall. Guilford County, same idea here with some regular rain, and same story for Rockingham. Here's the problem. That's your second batch of action starting to form out to our west. So as we look at Yadkinville, you're dealing with some showers and storms with a good amount of lightning. Surrey County, same idea up here. Some heavy rain, thunder and lightning is pushing your way, and same story up here in Stokes County here. So this is something we'll have to watch together as we go through the next couple of hours. The nice thing is that as we work back toward the Asheville area, it's mostly just scattered rain. So I don't think once we get past midnight we'll have anything too bad to worry about, but this is something to keep an eye on here. Toward the Charlotte area, these showers and storms are tracking a little bit closer to us. They could grow in size and a little bit of intensity as they move toward Davidson, Randolph, and Montgomery counties. Those are areas that really haven't been touched with all that much of action so far tonight, so they could still blow up a little bit. But this is part of a cold front, and that front is pushing through Tennessee right now. We'll start to get it through our area once we get closer to tomorrow afternoon. So just kind of hunker down in the meantime, plan for and expect some noisier weather as you're getting ready to go to bed tonight, and just know that it might linger a little while longer than you might like, and that's something that we can all track together throughout the day tomorrow, as a few scattered showers and thunderstorms will remain possible for your Wednesday. Beyond that, drier weather settling in for a change. We're looking pretty good Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then after that, we're looking at temperatures back in the 90s. You can't keep them away too long, but we are back in the 90s for Monday and Tuesday of next week. That's your weather update for now. We're going to leave a little bit of a stream of the graphics here so you can look at the radar a little bit longer. And of course, you can catch us coming up on News 2 at 11 o'clock. We'll have a live report around the area with the news and weather of the day.